right, so this is the wrapping it up of the Mixed In podcast number. What number are we on? 8 now.
Number 8.
We had a memory card issue, and so we needed to wrap it up more a little bit. So we had to start over.
More gooder.
Yeah, more gooder. So but we also have another topic that we're
going to talk about another little thing.
Why is the English language so messed up? In fact, I'm going to put that into the search on my phone right here. I'm going to Google search it. I'm going to say, why is the English language so messed up? Let's see what it says. It says, so there is a site out there that says, why is the English spelling so messed up? So let's see what some of the things that it says.
This is actually a question of good of me. Because my glamour go good. I am terrible at reading and spelling. I don't know if our actual viewers know this by now, or if the people are just starting to watch now are knowing this about me, but my reading and spelling is awful. And I blame it on the American language. Or I could just blame it on my school system that taught me stuff. I could do that, but hey, well, let's go ahead and figure it out.
All right, so I found the site to start with. I'm going to pour myself a little bit of beer here. This is Thor's Equinox, by the way. This is really, really tasty beer.
That's my favorite right now.
What?
Yeah, I'll just take that whole damn thing.
All right, so All
right, here we go.
So why is English spelling so messed up? It says if you're a kid learning how to write or an adult speaker of a language with sensible spelling, English spelling can seem like a cruel prank. And even if you're a completely literate adult native speaker of English, you will still run into situations that make you wonder how English spelling ever got so messed up. Here are some answers for the next time you clutch your hair yelling, "Why?" So they might not comfort you, but they may make you see English as less of a arbitrary meanie and more of a victim of history. So there was a word that I didn't understand, but I kind of...
What was that? What was that last phrase you just said?
Meanie.
Manny?
M-E-A-N-I-E. Meanie. Maybe it's just meanie. Arbitrary meanie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so spelling was established while big pronunciation changes were underway. Before the printing press came along, there was a lot of flexibility in the English spelling. Look at some of the ways beauty used to be spelled. B-E-A-L-T-E, and then B-U-U-T-E, and B-E-U-A-U-T-E, and B-E-W-T-E-E, and B-E-W-T-E, and B-E-A-U-T-E, and then another one, B-E-A-U-L-T-Y-E. All different ways that they spelled beauty.
But they all come out the same way, right? Like if you were a good reader and you saw all those, you'd be able to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, you look at it, but with the L, it's kind of confusing. But
yeah,
I don't know. I look at it now, and it's like they're wrong. It just is like somebody just messed up, and I get what they're trying to spell, but they're because I've learned it right, those all look stupid. But
yeah.
But back then, they're trying to say is that those were before you can get away with that.
Yeah.
So people did their own thing, trying their best to match up tradition with current pronunciation. So, but after the printing press came to England in the late 1400s, text could be spread more widely, and printers started to standardize spelling. So because of the printing press, they had to all agree on something.
Yeah.
So
before then, it wasn't really. You can spell words any way you want to. I mean, as long as it sounds and pronounces the
right.
same way.
If people can't read it, you're gonna have to change it. But since people were able to read it, then you can just go with it. So the unlucky thing for English spelling is that during the very same time, huge changes in pronunciation were happening. Middle English was becoming modern English. When this period was over, people had stopped pronouncing thek and knee, the G and what are they trying to say here? Oh, they stopped pronouncing the T. Here's what they're saying. They put the they didn't put a space between this. They stopped pronouncing the K in the word knee.
Or knife.
Yeah, they used to say knee, I guess. And the G in gnaw, like they gnawed on a piece of bone.
So they actually used to pronounce that letter.
Yeah. So they take it up, but they write it in there, but you don't stop saying it. And the W in right. So they used to say the word.
White.
Yeah, a little bit more different, right? So, and then like the L in talk and the B in the word lamb. So we would say lamb, but now we just stop at M. So they also had stopped using the back of the throat sound, representing the ch in German words like ach. So we stopped doing that. Like, so we have, if you think about it, we don't really have the sounds in words that had been spelled by the scribes with the GH, and had been pronounced in words like night, laugh, thought, and ate. So we don't say those anymore that way. They're still spelled in there, but we don't say it. But by the time all those sound changes were widespread and complete, the spellings for those words had been established. So that's one of the reasons why English is all messed up.
Yeah. So in other words, they spelt them that way, but they no longer added the emphasis of the fact that those letters were in them.
Right.
Like the knee, they wouldn't say knee anymore. They just say knee.
Yeah, it's like
That makes
lazy.
sense.
It's like lazy
Yeah,
stuff.
like it's just knee.
And now that there's also about the vowels. So there's also the massive change to the vowel system during that period. This change is called the Great Vowel Shift. So it was a big deal. The Great Vowel Shift.
Vowel shift?
Yeah. So
Not bowel shift.
and by the time it was
Vowel.
over, we had settled on spellings that reflected a mix of the old system and the new.
I think I broke my chair.
So we get one spelling for many vowel sounds, like ea in need and bread. So ea for need and ea in bread are different, and where. So ea together, those still all sound different.
Yeah.
And the word great, so ea in there. So these are, look at that. That's amazing. I never even thought of that. In need, like kneading bread,
Yeah.
sounds like ee, even though there's ea right there.
Yeah.
And ea again in the word bread is not the ee sound.
Yeah. And just like
And where, that's ea together, and it sounds nothing like ee or the other one.
Yeah.
And then great. So those are the.
So I've heard of need,
And
like
just-
bread, need bread, and it was like NEAD
NEAD, yeah.
With a K.
is need.
With a K,
But
yes.
NEAD.
KNEAD.
Oh, it starts with a K.
So when you read that,
Yeah,
it's
This
like,
is why I
yeah.
can't spell or read.
yeah.
There you go.
Wow.